like that, then it's hit another level. It's not. Oh well, this guy's fat. He's got to trim down to save his life.
No, absolutely. We'll also look at, there was an interesting article I read this weekend about college football. The teams in the SEC, when's the last time they were shut out? When's the last time they were shut out? Florida is actually, the Florida Gators.
It's been a while.
Are actually, if they win, if they can score in the first 5 games of the season, they will break the all-time record for being a streak of being
in college football, period.
Yeah. You know whose record they break?
I don't.
Michigan.
Wow. Okay.
Michigan. You know who well, I'll save this one. We could do a trivia question here. Who's the last team to shut out Florida?
I definitely remember that game, and I know who. And so, yeah, we could definitely have a trivia question on that.
But we'll look at
some of those. It's been a long time, though.
It has been a while. You might be surprised. You know, some of these teams you would think would not have been shut out have been in the last couple of years.
Alabama's on them a 17, 18-year run.
They are. Auburn
on about a 5.
Yeah, it's been yeah. I'm sure I'm painful. Well, you don't remember that game. You didn't even watch it.
No,
Auburn
have not seen a play of that game.
I saw the first half.
Still to this day.
I have not seen the second half of that game.
Never would I have ever thought that there would be an Iron Bowl pass for an entire year that I wouldn't watch a play. I was on a golf. Does that tell you where that had gotten?
Oh, yeah.
I was on a golf course during that game with no communication with anybody. Turned my phone off. I mean, you talk about zero hope, and everybody's like, well, I'm going to watch the game. I'm like, why? To do what? For torture? I mean, Auburn fans, obviously, is who I was talking to, but I said, just to flop down in front of the TV and say, you got the Iron Bowl on? Well, I said, well, congratulations. You wasted your Saturday. I'm not. I'm going to go do something else, and I knew nobody'd be on the golf course.
Yeah.
So me and Randy had a little point to ourselves that day. I mean, I talked him into it. I said, man, I'm teeing off at kickoff. You can come join me if you want to. And he decided he wanted to join me instead of. And then I got mad at him on like hole 3. He's like, I just got to check it. I said, don't check the score. I just got to check it.
It's as bad as you thought.
14 to nothing, like 3 minutes in. I said, now why did you do that? I said, throw the phone in your bag and don't look at it anymore. I don't care if it gets to be 100.
I remember you did the show. You both did countdown that day, and I called in, and I said, "What's all of this negative talk about Auburn?" And Randy, he was like, "What?" And of course, I said, "This is Andy." And he said, "Oh, okay."
It's all this negative. I can't believe you're so down.
My prediction, 100 to nothing. I missed it by 51.
Yeah, you're right. But if Alabama would have kept their starters in there, they would have easily achieved it.
This is true.
That's a joke, man. Lord, let's hope we don't ever get back to those days.
I know. And every time I see Gene Chizik.
Is Gene Chizik the worst? Look, somebody put out on, and this is kind of harsh, but, it goes with the territory. When you make the decision to play major college football or pro football, you're going to be criticized. It doesn't matter what it is. And somebody put on Instagram yesterday a picture of Kyle Frazier and said, is Kyle Frazier the worst quarterback that's ever played at Auburn? And then, of course, there starts the comments, and everybody's chiming in saying, no, it was Barrett Trotter, or no, it was Clint Mosley, and all this. I mean, and people were going back and forth, and some people even said Sean White, and somebody'd go, are you serious, man? Sean White at least is a gamer. Kyle Frazier threw, I think, 2 touchdowns and like 10 interceptions. I mean, the numbers are horrific. Of course, Jeremy Johnson's name got brought up, but I mean, Gene Chizik, is he possibly the worst coach that's ever? And he won a national championship at Auburn. That's a loaded question. Let's talk about that when we get back. Who would your opinion, in your opinion, would be the worst coach at Auburn in history of Auburn football?
History of Auburn football is a big. That's in my lifetime maybe.
Well, in our lifetime, I think we'll talk about when we get back.
Up against the break here, but don't go anywhere. We're just getting started on the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown. Join us when we come back. More to come. Presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill, Sunshine Heating and Air.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime at the all-new Opelika Ford and Opelika Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Every new and pre-owned vehicle, just $1 down. Plus credit amnesty. Bring home $350 a week, get up to $30,000 in credit.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
10 acres, 1,000 vehicles, just $1 down.
Folks, you've just got to see this place.
The all-new Opelika Ford and Opelika Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Call 800-NEXT-RIDE.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Ready to put some fun in your life? Whether it's Central or East Alabama, North Alabama, West Georgia, or wherever you're from, Fun Carts of Opelika is your authorized easy-go kart dealer that has no limits on a perfect easy-go kart. Whether it's a fully customized kart or a stock-made kart, we'll deliver it on time and at the best price. Fun Carts gives you the service after the sale, so no matter if it's hunting, tailgating, motorhoming, fleet rental, or just a better way to get around, Fun Carts of Opelika has it and will customize it to your needs. Visit us in Opelika or call us or visit online for the best easy-go karts. Put a little fun in your life with Fun Carts of Opelika.
If you're seeing the American cockroach, throw up the red flag. Ladybugs, throw up the red flag. Ants and swarming termites, throw up the red flag. And kudzu bugs, throw up the red flag. That's Red Flag Pest Control. So the caution is on. Call Red Flag Pest Control today.
I'm Scott Davis with Red Flag Pest Control, celebrating our 10th anniversary. Call me today, 256-825-0430.
Hi, this is Quinn Harrelson with Interlink Mortgage in Auburn, Alabama. There are 1,000 different questions people ask me every day about mortgage loans. They ask about buying investment homes, primary homes, and even second homes at the lake or the beach. I only have a limited time to say, call me and let's talk about what you want and how I can help you get it. Again, win with Quinn and call me today at 256-675-6259 so I can help structure a mortgage that best fits you and your family's needs.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Bliss Saturday Sports Countdown. We'll be with you this morning until 9 o'clock. If you'd like, got a comment about any of the things we talk about, want to bring up a new subject, 256-234-6221. We did have a call, pass something along here in the Alexander City area. The Alexander City Football Club traveling soccer team, under 14, is having a yard sale today at the Sportsplex Pavilion. I think that is going on right now as we speak. So everything is $1 or $2. I think you can't go find 4 quarters and go over there and support.
That's exactly right.
I mean, everybody's got some loose change. You can go and help out the traveling soccer team under 14. That is at the Sportsplex Pavilion. Going on right now, yard sale. The Alex City Football Club traveling soccer team under 14.
Absolutely, need to go out and support them. Like I said, $1 or $2. Man, go check out what they got over there. Before we went to the first break, we were talking about Auburn's the coach that probably and it's a loaded question. It's not just cut and dried because Gene Chizik did win a national championship, but we all know what the reason behind that was. But he had to keep things together, so he gets credit for it, whatever. But is he the worst coach in Auburn recent history, and I'll say recent history in the last 50 years. I just want to go back and revisit 2012 when Auburn's football program hit rock bottom. And if you'll remember that season, it started off Auburn's defending national champs now, going into the 2012. Going 2 years removed from the national championship. And you remember in 11, I was getting somewhere. I was confused, and I was thinking about 4 games in 2011 and the disparity in the Big Four. And then it carried over to 2012 because Gene Chizik was like, is it possible for him to be on the hot seat? And Auburn just won a national championship. Well, we go over and play Clemson in the Georgia Dome, the kickoff classic, remember?
Yep.
Kyle Frazier started the game, and we lost 26-19. And you remember the year before we lost to Clemson at home, at Clemson when Dabo got on the TV and screamed and made a mockery. We just beat the national champions, blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. All right, so you lose 26-19. Not bad. You knew Clemson had a pretty good football team. So you go over to Mississippi State and you lose 28-10.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember
and it
all
wasn't
this?
That close.
No, do you remember these games? Because I have vividly I've done a pretty good job. I'm proud of myself of blocking this year out. I'm having to go back, and it is bringing up memories that I want to puke now. Louisiana Monroe, we went to overtime.
I was there.
I know, I was too, and I said I will not be going back. And I did not. After the way that season started and to have to pull out an OT win over Louisiana Monroe, I said, we've hit another level. Now, LSU must have been horrific too because we lost to them 12-10.
I remember that game well. They were bad. They couldn't move the ball for anything.
And so open date, we were a massive 1-3 with losses to Mississippi State, LSU, and Clemson. I guess in that open date, everybody got together and decided, well, let's just pretty much quit because there's nothing else to do. You lose to Arkansas 24-7. You lose to Ole Miss.
That's the John L. Smith Arkansas team.
Screaming, by the way. The worst Arkansas team I can remember.
That was the one where I said, oh, boy. This is bad.
It's real bad, and then it got worse next week at Ole Miss, 41-20, and then at Vanderbilt, 17-13.
Oh.
And then the absolute hubcaps, lug nuts, everything fell off. Johnny Manziel rolls into town, and they beat us 63-21.
I made it for a half.
I don't know why y'all even went down there, but everybody. I seriously wanted to. Who cares? I did too. That still are sitting somewhere in a drawer. I'm sure. I went across town to get a pizza and got back to the house, and it was 21-0 already. New Mexico State, we won that in 42-7. Congratulations, that was a big win. Get blanked by Georgia 38-0. Beat Alabama A&M 51-7, and then lose to Alabama 49-0.
And that Georgia game, they called off the dogs in the third.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally called off the dog. Now, in 2013, we all remember what happened. Just one short year later, Auburn was. Would you have ever thought that horrific of a team and that program had gotten to where it had gotten and deteriorated within 2 years would be back in the national championship game in 2013?
No.
It's almost, that to me in itself may be a bigger feat than winning the national championship in 2010. I mean, being able to rebound from a 3-8 season, 0-8 in the conference, looked horrible in all the conference games, to get to a national championship game and have a new coach. I mean, that just speaks volume about the resiliency of that program and being able to get back. But Andy, that you had allowed, and I say you as Gene Chizik had allowed that program to just absolutely be the dead worst in the conference.
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of season Ole Miss is facing right now. Oof. I got them picked at 3-8.
Yeah.
And with no conference wins. And that just shows you lose a couple of close ones, 12-10 to LSU, early game to Clemson 26-19 didn't go your way. You have to struggle against a non-conference opponent. They got South Alabama this. I mean, the psyche is already messed up, and it doesn't take much to get the ball rolling down the hill and it snowballs.
Once you lose your confidence, then things really go
well,
downhill. in a hurry.
After the off week, that team quit. Andy, I mean, it looked like they had given it up.
Well, going back to the original question, really, Doug Barfield and Gene Chizik are the only two really candidates in our
they
lifetime.
Are the candidates.
And I think you probably make a pretty good case. I mean, Barfield never had any great success, but I mean, they were a decent team. They just weren't they couldn't win the big game. But as far as worst coach overall, isn't it Earl Brown? I think isn't he the one that right before Suge? I think he won 3 games in 3 years. And I had a good friend that was actually at Auburn. He was at API during those years. And he said it was not a fun time.
Well,
but anyway,
all right. Let me just pull up the season that ended Doug Barfield's, and I know we got to get out a break, but that season, Auburn was 5-6 and 0-6 in the SEC, and
the mark on him was he did so much less with more.
Yeah,
he had James Brooks and Joe Cribbs and William Andrews at the same time.
There's always a game that, and Auburn really started off the season not bad. They were 3-1 after 4 games, but the one loss was at home to Tennessee, 42-0, and that's the game my dad and a couple of his buddies said.
The orange?
Yeah, my dad said, "Well, that'll be it for me with Doug Barfield. Won't be back till he's not the coach." Well, he didn't last the year, and the rest is history. But they lost 21-7 Mississippi State, which was competitive. They lost to Florida 21-10. They lost to LSU 21-17. They lost to Georgia by 10, 31-21, and actually were in a competitive game against Alabama, 34-18. So the discrepancy in the scores were not as bad outside of that one Tennessee game. Auburn had 4 on that level in 2012. I don't know what the right category to place is that, Doug Barfield probably, with what he had to work with, achieved about as minimum as you could possibly do. So he would probably rank as the worst in the last 50 years results-wise. Gene Chizik letting the program deteriorate down to what it had deteriorated to is an embarrassment.
Yeah, that one season kind of is worth about 3 mediocre.
But in 2011 now, in the big 4 games, we got blown out in those games.
Yeah.
If you'll remember. And 2011's LSU game was worse than the 2012 LSU game.
The 2011 game is when basically the fullback said they don't want to.
Well, he just said that's the softest team we've ever played.
Softest team, yeah.
So I don't know, man.
As my stomach growls.
Up
against another break here.
Hunger for some football.
But don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown right after this.
If you've ever wanted a Lexus, now is your opportunity at the Reinhardt Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. The time of the year to get savings on the Lexus you want. With extra inventory, the selection is better than ever on the most popular models. Save thousands with low monthly payments and special financing. Get 0% APR on the ES for 60 months. At Reinhardt Lexus, an opportunity like this only knocks once a year. So find your Lexus today at Reinhardt Lexus, where you'll feel like family.
Main Street Family Urgent Care.
Relief has a new address in Alexander City. Main Street Family Urgent Care is now open across from Walmart on Highway 280. From cuts, broken bones, strep throat, and flu, they can help you heal and feel better fast. Open 8 to 8 Monday through Friday, 8 to 6 on Saturday, and 1 to 6 on Sunday.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
TPE Power Equipment is now the trusted name for all your mower and power equipment needs. Whether it's our original Tallahassee location or Opelika location on Fredericks Road, we've got East Alabama covered with the best brands of mowers and power equipment from Husqvarna, Toro, Kawasaki, Echo, and Honda. Right now, get commercial strength Husqvarna zero-turn mowers with our fleet program that offers deep discounts, easy finance, and bonus handheld equipment in one solid package. TPE of Opelika and Tallahassee are the new standard standard of everything power equipment in East Alabama.
Homeowners all over Alabama have discovered that when you need your flooring clean, whether it's carpet, upholstery, or any manner of hard surfaces, there's no clean like Peaches and Clean. Serving Auburn, the Chattahoochee Valley, Montgomery, Birmingham, and the Lake Martin area. Call 866-837-6937, 866-837-6937, or visit peachesandclean.com. Caring for your floor and a whole lot more.
Heads up, we're going back to 77. Disco, bell bottoms, and Ford F-Series starts its epic run as the best-selling trucks in America. Fast forward to 2017, F-Series is still king for 40 straight years. How? Rock-solid durability, up to the nanosecond technology, and jaw-dropping capability. No wonder the competition hasn't been number one since these. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 40 straight years.
Bucks Island is one of the oldest boat dealers in Alabama, serving boaters since 1948 with the largest boat showroom in the state. Bass boats featuring Skeeter, cruisers and sport boats featuring Monterey, pontoons featuring Crest, G3 and Voyagers, powered by Mercury and Yamaha. Bucks Island has sold over 10,000 boats and with a full service and parts and accessories department to keep your boat in top condition. Don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote. Visit Bucks Island on Highway 77 in Southside or online at bucksisland.com. Give them a call at 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island, where our #1 product is customer satisfaction.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown. Andy and Brett here with you for another hour and a half, talking about ESPN Power Rankings as they have come out this past week, as well as the coaches poll. Preseason polls anyway. What do you feel about preseason polls in general?
It's something to talk about before you can get bored.
It is something to talk about, but they're about as meaningless as.
Well, the coaches poll came out yesterday too. You got to start somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just a starting point is basically all it is, and then each team determines where they go from there.
I like the power rankings. They take into account a lot of different factors, not necessarily in just a matter of, not necessarily where they think these teams are going to finish, but they just are an evaluation of how good you think these teams are. So we'll start at the bottom and work our way to the top. Number 25, the West Virginia Mountaineers, 10-3 last year, 7-2 in the conference, the Big 12 conference that is. But anyway,
with 10 teams.
With 10 teams. Dana Holgerson has done a pretty good job there in West Virginia, better than I thought he would, to be quite honest with you. And they've got a quarterback by the name of Will Greer.
How about that?
That name might sound familiar because he was at the University of Florida. And then there was the hullabaloo about his
HGH.
He took something
HGH.
that he shouldn't have taken and said he didn't know it. Was banned.
That was a weird situation, the way all that went down.
He gets suspended for like a half a year, whereas, guys getting marijuana, they, don't get suspended at all. But nonetheless, Will Greer's back. He transferred to West Virginia.
He's a good player, too, now.
He will start for them. So that's an interesting caveat there. Big 12 is the Big 12. I expect.
Probably the best quarterback Florida's had in the last 5 years.
I would say best one since Tebow.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, and he had them really going, and they had high expectations for him, and that's really what has killed Florida the last few years is inconsistent quarterback play. Really not having a quarterback period to talk about. So as you go down the power rankings, I'll give the comparable ranking of where the coaches poll came out yesterday, and they have them ranked. And number 25 is Utah. So Utah starts off the coaches poll at number 25.
Not in the power rankings in the top 25. So interesting. But Utah been very good for a long time. Really, since Urban Meyer's been there, they really haven't. I mean, they haven't. I don't think they've gotten to that quite elite that he had them in 2004. But they're
always
solid.
A team that's they're to be dealt with. For
Absolutely.
Sure.
Number 24 in the ESPN Power Rankings, the Washington State Cougars, 8-5 last year, 7-2 in the conference. Really challenging to win their division in the Pac-12 up until late. Even though they go 8-5, they lose to, I think, Portland State or somebody like that to start the season last year. Inexplicably, I think they start out 0-2, but win about 8 or 9 straight. But you know, Mike Leach is he's the weird guy.
He's the pirate. He's the pirate.
He is his own man. But they're going to throw the ball, you know, 70 times a game. Luke Falk. So, you know, I expect more of the same from them. They were one of those teams that had, you know, after Mike Price, they kind of dwelt in the wilderness for a while. Auburn played them at least one time.
One time at home.
But he's kind of turned them around. They're at least a challenger in the Pac-12. So,
and you know, in the middle part of the Pac-12, their cohort in the coaches poll at number 24 is Tennessee, the Tennessee Vols.
Wow. Okay. No Tennessee in the power rankings.
That's right.
Number 24, Tennessee. Number 23 in the power rankings, the TCU Horned Frogs. 6-7 last year, 4-5.
Not a typical year for
Big 12. No.
No, I mean,
did not. And you know, Gary, was it Patterson?
Gary Patterson.
I mean, that one thing that you could always count on TCU, they have a great defense. That defense has gone away in the last several years. You know, and you know, quarterbacking for the Horned Frogs, Kenny Trail.
How about that?
Kenny Hill transferred from Texas A&M.
All these retread quarterbacks popping up everywhere.
That's right. So he goes now to TCU. TCU got a big game with Arkansas, I think, in week 2.
They do.
So that one that has been played, I think, I know it was played last year, maybe been played the year before that too. But so that's kind of becoming a big game early for both teams.
Number 23 in the coaches poll is, drum roll, Texas Longhorns. So we'll see them a little bit later on in the power rankings. But 23, new coach Tom Herman in there. Texas comes in at number 23 in the preseason coaches poll.
Already showing some maybe expectation for him that he's going to turn that program around. Huh?
Well, I mean, he's the young, energetic guy that Texas probably needs. Don't know what the results will be. You have to wait and see.
Yeah. Number 22 in the power rankings, the Virginia Tech Hokies, 10-4 last year, 6-2 in the ACC. Justin Fuente's second season, thought he did a pretty good job. His first year, obviously, they get to the ACC championship game and give Clemson a run for their money.
They do
in that championship game. So, you know, he did a pretty good job. Tough schedule. West Virginia, they play a game with Clemson and Miami on the road, so they'll have their work cut out for them.
You know, they were 10-4, but they gave away the Tennessee game. They jumped out to a big lead in that game at Bristol. You remember the big deal at Bristol, and ended up losing, but then ended up still winning 10 games. This is our first match in the college football power rankings and coaches poll. They come in at 22 as well in the coaches poll. So Virginia Tech, there's our first match. We got to get to our first break.
It's like
our
classic
next break.
concentration.
It is, man.
Match.
Who can you match?
That's right. We'll go ahead and take a break. Match. We'll come back. We'll continue to run down the ESPN Power Rankings / coaches poll. More to come right after this.
If you've been putting off that new heating and air unit in your home because of the upfront expenses, Williams Plumbing of Alexander City now has primary financing from Synchrony and can now install brand new heating and cooling systems with zero down, longer terms, and a competitive rate. Call Williams Plumbing at 256-329-8488 and get a free quote and terms and upgrade up to $35,000 in work with approved credit. Williams Plumbing stands behind their work with on-time affordable service for all your heating and air needs, as well as plumbing for zero down financing and great service. Williams
When enjoying the lake this season, make sure to drop by Harbor Point Marina for all your gas, snacks, boating supplies, and beverage needs. Harbor Point also wants you to come see our remaining 2017 Crest pontoons, priced to move at all-season pricing. Harbor Point Crest sales have been tremendous, and they're ready to unload their remaining 2017 Crest Tritoons to make way for the 2018 order. Come see the best in pontoons at our 2017 season closeout prices. Act now because inventory is limited, and enjoy your new Crest pontoon this year. For all your on-water needs and sacrifice pricing on Crest pontoons, get to the point. Harbor Point at Still Waters on Lake Martin.
Advantage is defined as a favorable or desirable circumstance or feature, a benefit. And that's just what you'll get with the Gills Auto Sales 5-Star Advantage. Gills Worry-Free Guarantee, a 30-month, 30,000-mile warranty on every vehicle. Specialized maintenance from the area's top technicians and free oil changes with each purchase. Flexible financing to fit any budget or credit situation. Convenience with 6 locations offering quick and easy approvals. And selection, the area's volume leader with over 400 vehicles in stock. There's only one place to get the 5-Star Advantage, and that's only at Gills.
I'm Jimmy Goree with Goree's Furniture. We would like to invite you to come shop our huge selection of furniture. But if you don't have time, we have over 2,000 items you can have shipped directly to your home. Go to GoreesFurniture.com, look for 48-hour quick ship. Shop, click, ship, it's just that easy. You can shop us here, or you can shop us online, only at Goree's Furniture.
Your express way to saving.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Summertime means savings time during the summer clearance event at Bice Motors. Save over $8,200 on a great selection of loaded new 2017 Chrysler 200 Limiteds. Was $25,705, now $17,500. Need a truck? Bice has new 2017 Ram 1500 Quad Cab Express 4x2s for $299 a month.
Guaranteed lowest price, or we'll pay you the difference in price twice.
Don't miss the summer clearance event going on now. BiceChryslerDodge.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown. Brett and I,
odd fact,
just rehashing or lamenting the fact that our neurons don't fire quite as fast as they used to, and how easily you can forget things.
Well, I mean, who won the NBA championship year before last?
Year before last?
Yeah.
Cleveland, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, but usually like the World Series.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's funny, I can tell you.
You can be immersed in that series, and then literally 9 months later, if somebody asks you off the hoof, who did they beat? You're like, oh, think about it for a minute. Who did they play?
I can literally tell you who won the NCAA basketball championship from like 1981.
I can remember all of that.
1981 to like 2010. But I can't tell you for the last 7 years who won it.
I can tell you play-by-play on like every Auburn football game from 86 to 89.
Yeah.
But like everything outside of that little 4-year stretch, it's like, well, I don't know. Let me think about it. Yeah. And it's weird how it's what you were infatuated with, and I guess what you took in at a younger age is the storage, your filing cabinet worked a little bit better.
This is true. Moving along to the ESPN Power Rankings, we are up to number 21. That is, surprise, surprise, the South Florida Bulls. 11-2 last year, 7-1. Charlie Strong, comes in, takes over this South Florida team from Texas as Willie Taggart moves on to Oregon. 11-2. It kind of surprised me when I saw that. I'd forgotten that they were
how good
actually,
they were.
That good. But had a great season and expecting more this year. Charlie Strong, I think he's a pretty decent coach.
He's a decent coach. He's just up and down too much, and it was too much up and down to be at Texas. And we have another match. South Florida at number 21 in the coaches poll.
How about that? South Florida becoming the mainstay in the top 25. That's an odd thing.
We should know about it. They beat us at home.
I was there.
You've been there for lots of disappointments.
Number 20, the Texas Longhorns. 5-7 last year in Charlie's last year. 3-6 overall. Tom Herman comes in. You know, I in a very bold prediction early, about a month or two ago, I predicted that Texas would upset USC early this year. I think Herman, you know, at Houston, he was
just not sure they have enough right now.
He's really good about being up for big games.
Yeah.
So I
Tuberville-like.
and I think USC may be a little overrated. So, but they may be by 50. Who knows?
You still can't get them out of your mind how bad Alabama beat USC to start the year last year.
It's there.
Number 20 in the coaches poll is West Virginia, and we've already covered them.
Okay.
So.
Number 19 in the power rankings, the Kansas State Wildcats, 9-4, 6-3. Bill Snyder, you know, I think he's 100 now. Still continuing to do well. You know, he's kind of found the fountain of youth there in Manhattan. They got a big early matchup with Vanderbilt, traveling to Nashville. I think week 3.
A big early matchup.
For these two teams, it's a big early matchup.
I mean, Kansas State, I think, should be. I mean, I don't think they'll.
You think they'll beat Vandy?
I do think they'll beat Vandy. I've got them picked to beat Vandy.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if they should or they should
What is
not.
impressive about Vanderbilt?
Well, they played pretty well at the end of the year last year. They hammered Tennessee.
Well, Tennessee.
Well, what would you say about Kansas State and Tennessee?
Kansas State and Tennessee? I don't know. Probably close.
Vanderbilt,
Very close.
If Vanderbilt's better than Tennessee?
Well, they're not. Okay, I mean, they're just not. I'm not going down this road. I'm not buying into this trap. Okay.
Where are number 18? The Louisville Cardinals, 9-4, 7-1 in the ACC. Of course, you know, just absolutely hammered Florida State last year, and that was a very exciting and well played Clemson game. Clemson came out on top and ended up, of course, doing what they did for the rest of the season. But, you know, Louisville at late loses to Kentucky.
Well, they just fell apart.
They get hammered by LSU in the bowl game. So
they just fell apart.
Lamar Jackson is back.
Does it matter?
What do you expect out of that?
Is that the most low-key returning Heisman Trophy winner you can remember? I mean, this team doesn't really have high expectations. I mean, they got the returning Heisman Trophy winner. I mean, and they're picked 18th. And they're picked 17th in the power rank in the coaches poll, coming in at 18 in the coaches poll is Miami. But I mean, Lamar Jackson's an electrifying player. But the way they ended the season, that's the lasting impression that you carry with you into next year. So if you look at Auburn football, Auburn is ranked higher and have high expectations, but they ended the season on a major sour note with Georgia, Alabama, and Oklahoma. So
this is true. And Todd Grantham moves over from Louisville to Mississippi State, defensive coordinator. Number 17 on the power rankings, the Georgia Bulldogs. 8-5 overall last year, 4-4 in the SEC. Kirby's second year, had a really good recruiting class. Jacob Eason, his development will be the key to their success, I believe. They have to develop some wide receivers. They lost, I think, Isaiah McKenzie, but they do have a good, I mean, obviously Nick Chubb and Sonny Michel coming back. But that offensive line, will it come together?
Will it come together? Isn't that
that's the question.
That's the kicker every year for them, isn't it? Number 17 in the coaches poll is the Louisville Cardinals. So they're right there, one off in each one.
Here coming in at number 16, you mentioned them a minute ago, the Miami Hurricanes. And I found that a little interesting that Georgia and Miami are back-to-back. 9-4, 5-3, second year for Mark Richt down in Coral Gables.
Not bad for a first year.
No, I don't think so. And I think they'll continue to get better and better because they'll recruit.
They're scary down there because he can recruit. He knows the landscape. He was at Florida State forever. He's a guy you better watch out for. They better not forget about him. Jimbo Fisher and Jim McElwain, Sharp Boy, and everybody else. But Florida's a tough area, man. Look at Charlie Strong's down there at South Florida. They have high expectations. Miami's down there. I mean, this is not just easy pick'ems anymore as far as one team having a clear advantage over the other. I mean, Mark Richt, he's a scary prospect down there in South Florida.
And he's always done a good job of developing quarterbacks, so that's always a nice pick to have as your head coach.
And as you look at it, Florida is number 16. Talking about the Florida teams, Florida's number 16 in the coaches poll.
Coming in number 15 in the power rankings, the Stanford Cardinal. 10-3 last year, 6-3. They have been about as steady Eddie as you can possibly be. Although Christian McCaffrey is now gone,
He had a lot to do with that.
They'll have to replace him. He was a pretty special player, doing some pretty good things with the Carolina Panthers, as I understand it here in the early going. But Stanford will be who they are. They'll
be
run
consistent.
2 and 3 tight end sets, and they'll be physical and out in the Pac-12. I think that's just something that those teams are not used to, and that's why they've been successful.
And coming in at 15, the coaches poll is the Georgia Bulldogs. So
it's right here. I mean, it's one.
Everybody's kind of right in there together now. So
the Florida Gators at number 14, it's 9-4, 6-2. You mentioned them a while ago. What are they going to do at quarterback? Is it Malik Zaire? Is it Felipe Franks? And Jim McElwain, can he get to 3 straight SEC games to start his 3 SEC championships to start his career?
And coming in at 14 in the coaches poll is the Stanford Cardinals. So like I said, we're
back and forth.
Up
against another break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll continue this talk when we come back right after this.
Why buy your next car from Lynch Nissan of Auburn?
At U.S. AmeriBank, there's something very different at the heart of what we do and who we are. It's a spirit that also defines our neighbors, local businesses, and communities. Building on our 116-year history in Alabama, U.S. AmeriBank provides something found nowhere else: craft banking. It's an unwavering commitment to handcrafted banking solutions that turns customers into enthusiastic fans. Visit usameribank.com or your local branch to discover the U.S. AmeriBank difference. U.S. AmeriBank, banking on values. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Jewelry by Design is Auburn's premier jeweler for over 20 years. Mark and Tammy Nelson invite you to see their unique selection of engagement rings, each crafted to be a one-of-a-kind masterpiece, custom designed with only natural premium diamonds that are never enhanced. Jewelry by Design is also your officially licensed Auburn University jeweler that handcrafts all of their Auburn jewelry as unique as your passion for the Auburn Tigers. For jewelry that's crafted to your style, visit Jewelry by Design on Dean Road in Auburn or online at jewelrybydesignauburn.com.
If you had $6,000, how would you spend it?
I'd pay bills.
How about a new car? Vacation!
At Hyundai of Auburn today, you can get the new car and do the other things.
What? How?
Pick out your dream car and drive away with as much as $6,000 to spend however you'd like.
America's best warranty and $6,000?
Luxury and $6,000.
Be thinking how to spend your $6,000. HyundaiofAuburn.com.
Vacation!
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Now
Now's the best time to see the good guys the locals know, Alex City Marine. With last year being our best year yet, Landau Pontoons has increased Alex City Marine's allocation of Landaus for the 17 season. Our Suzuki outboard selections are at an all-time high. Alex City Marine is now also Lake Martin's exclusive Manitou pontoon dealer with a full line of the luxurious Manitou Tri-Tune with patented V-Tune technology for top performance. Get the best selection now of Landau and Manitou pontoons. Alex City Marine, Lake Martin.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Blitz Saturday.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to
here
you
with you talking about the ESPN Power Rankings, top 25, and the coaches poll, preseason coaches poll that came out this past
Killing
week.
two birds with one stone.
Absolutely, and that's what we like to do. We like to kill birds.
We're so efficient around here.
We are. Number 13, the Michigan Wolverines, 10-3 last year, 7-2, inexplicably losing on the road at Iowa in a game that really cost them their season. Then they have Ohio State, I think, at least a 10-point lead, maybe a 2-touchdown lead in that game. Let Ohio State come back and win that game. Did it go to overtime, maybe? I think.
One of those neuron firing things again.
Maybe it's a misfire, but I think that game went into overtime, Michigan and Ohio State. They end up losing that game. They lose, what was it, 18? I mean, it's something crazy, like 15, 18 starters or something off this team. So, they have a lot to replace. Jim Harbaugh has undoubtedly done a really good job recruiting. Can they just plug it in and move on and be the same team? That's a big question.
I'm going to change things up. I've been going 13 and 13, 14 and 14 with you. You're going to tell the team who's in that position moving forward in the power rankings. I'm going to tell you where they rank in the coaches poll now that there's only a few notches difference. Michigan actually comes in. This is probably the biggest discrepancy in the top 15. Michigan, 13 in the power rankings, 9 in the coaches poll.
So a lot of believers out there.
A lot of believers in Michigan. They start off with Florida.
Do you think it's a believer in Michigan or a believer in Harbaugh?
Probably a believer in Harbaugh and what he's been able to do as far as getting Michigan back.
Yeah. All right, number 12, the LSU Tigers. 8-4 last year, 5-3 in the SEC. Of course, they missed a game. But you know what? Ed Orgeron, his
wild card, man, wild card.
You know, what is the future? What does the future hold in Baton Rouge? You know, with Eddie O in charge, that is a big question. Danny Etling, can you?
I don't
win
think the
an
future
SEC
holds
title
much.
with Danny Etling?
I don't think the future holds much with Danny Etling.
Matt Canada comes over from Pittsburgh as the offensive coordinator. He did a really good job at Pittsburgh, I thought. But does that implement at LSU? I don't know. We'll see. Darius Geis, probably the favorite to lead the SEC in rushing. He's certainly a workhorse kind of guy. But I don't know. LSU is one of those teams that right now, I don't really know what to do with them. I think 8-4 maybe. Or I think I had them. I picked them at. I think I picked them.
I got them actually
9-3.
I actually got them finishing second in the West, just because until Auburn can prove they can go down to Baton Rouge and win, I'm not going to put Auburn ahead of them. So LSU comes in at number 12 also in the coaches poll. So we have another match there with the two polls.
Number 11 would be the Auburn Tigers, 8-5, 5-3 in the league last year. Will it be Jarrett Stidham? Will it be Sean White? Chad Lindsey likes what Sean White is doing right now, Brack.
I mean, I'm just. Why don't we continue to? I did talk to somebody that was at practice on Thursday, and he called me and he said, "There's no competition." He said, "I'm just telling you." He said, and I'm just going to break some news here that Sean White didn't take a single rep with the first team ever. Never got close. So, I mean, we can get up there and we can talk all this junk, but we can talk reality. And Jarrett Stidham didn't come to Auburn and sit on the bench, okay?
Does Auburn have the best backup quarterback in the league?
Possibly, there's a lot to be said for that. And I'm glad you brought that up, because Sean White is a guy that is a team. Again, I have to feel like I give this disclaimer every time we're on the air. This is not a cut on Sean White. Sean White's a gamer, and
he
kudos.
Can win games in the SEC.
Kudos for him for staying in there and not tucking tail and running and seeing the handwriting on the wall, but wanting to be a team player and knowing what his role is. And knowing that, yes, competition's great. You know what Sean White performing well at practice does? Pushes Jarrett Stidham even more, okay? Because there is, and Gus Malzahn actually agreed with a statement he said in the press conference the other day. He said, competition is healthy. It does nothing but help your team, and I totally agree with that.
Sure.
And so, you know, when you don't feel like anybody's pushing you, Andy, you tend to get a little bit lethargic, and you tend to just kind of get a little bit lazy, and then all of a sudden you might not do things quite as well as you should, and it shows up in a game. Well, now think about in the NFL. Usually when the starting quarterback goes down, this is how few quarterbacks there are in the NFL. You had Tannehill go down at Miami. They're scrambling, trying to figure out who. They're trying to go out and get Colin Kaepernick, or maybe try to talk Jay Cutler into coming out of the broadcast booth. I mean, that's how special that position is and how very few people can play that well. Sean White's proven when he's healthy, he's dangerous. So if something were to happen to Jarrett Stidham, let's hope it doesn't, but if something were to happen and Sean White's healthy, yeah, Auburn probably has the best backup quarterback, and you don't feel like all hope's lost if that one guy goes down. There's something to be said about that.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Number 10 in the ESPN Power Rankings, Oklahoma State Cowboys, 10-3 last year, 7-2. The mullet heard around the world, Mike Gundy. They've been very good. They've been potent offensively. Gotten a little bit better defensively over the last couple of years, but they're a dangerous team in the Big 12.
They are, and you know, you look at what he's been able to do, and what type of coach he is. It's yeah, they're going to be somebody to be dealt with. Oklahoma State comes in at 11 in the coaches poll, and I know we got to get to a break. Andy, top of the hour break, and when we come back, we'll have Luke Robinson on with us.
Yeah, we'll put a pause here, but we'll come back with the rest of the top 10 after the next segment, which will be joined by our good friend Luke Robinson. Be sure to join us. More to come right after this.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
At US AmeriBank, there's something very different at the heart of what we do and who we are. It's a spirit that also defines our neighbors, local businesses, and communities. Building on our 116-year history in Alabama, US AmeriBank provides something found nowhere else: craft banking. It's an unwavering commitment to handcrafted banking solutions that turns customers into enthusiastic fans. Visit usameribank.com or your local branch to discover the US AmeriBank difference. US AmeriBank, banking on values. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control company for a generation, and now we're proud to announce our new name, EnviroCare. You can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs, and EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system that provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. The EnviroCare Centricon termite protection protects your home year-round. Call the professionals of EnviroCare throughout Central East Alabama. Call for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
A1 Four Seasons, a division of Jackson Refrigeration, is Central Alabama's Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer. With the summer months approaching, the temperatures are rising, and so will your power bill if you don't have one of the latest 410A heat pumps. With R22 Freon prices on the rise, now is the time to make the switch to a new, more efficient unit that will save you hundreds of dollars on your yearly power bill. Call A1 Four Seasons at 256-234-4457.
What's behind the CA? A world full of opportunities. Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
Ask what makes it the best 3 Series ever, and we'll tell you it has more advanced suspension and steering, or even more control of the road. And it's near perfectly balanced to put performance first. But ask if we're aware the competition mimics us just to keep up? No comment. The BMW 3 Series.
Visit BMW of Columbus on Whittlesey Boulevard or shop bmwofcolumbus.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown. Andy and Brett here with you for one more hour in today's show.
How many pieces of pizza have you eaten in your one sitting, Andy?
I put down 25 one time at Pizza Hut.
25? Okay, well, we got a man on the phone that put down 38.
That's what I heard.
38, and as we welcome in our good cohort, Luke Robinson, who is in Columbus, Ohio, not Columbus, Georgia, Columbus, Ohio. Luke, thanks for being on the program this morning, and you know what? Some would argue that might be your finest hour if you can sit down and eat 38 pieces of pizza.
No, it probably is one of my greater achievements. It's just not my finest hour. But there's actually a story behind it. I did it in high school, and there was a place called Mr. Gaddy's. I don't know if y'all remember.
Oh, yeah.
It's not quite as big a deal anymore as it once was, but we used to go there once a week when I was in high school. I went to a boarding school in Birmingham, and I had a car, so I would take a big group of us over there. And we decided one day we were going to have a contest. And I had 38 pieces, and everybody else was way behind me. One other guy maybe had 34. Well, one guy who's a little bit smaller than me, but he's a good athlete, he had 44 pieces. And it turns out I ended up, that guy's sister is now my wife. So that's just weird how things sort of tie in together. So we'll always, between us, we knocked back, 82 pieces of pizza? That's pretty strong.
And you got a story to tell. That is kind of unique. It's funny how things end up working out. So you never thought that a piece of Italian pie would tie you together somehow in your family.
Would bring me together with my wife.
It's exactly right. Well, we'll shift gears and from food, the Food Network, back to some sports talk. We've been going down the coaches poll and the power rankings, Luke, and we haven't gotten to the top 10 yet, so we'll kind of shift gears and talk about some other things right now. Andy brought up a cool topic to start the show. I'd just like to get your opinion on it. Things get kicked around this time of year and changes and all. We talk about the playoffs and all that. What about the prospect of preseason college football? What's your thoughts on that?
I don't like it. I think it's too professional, and the games are so precious. Each game is so precious in college football that I don't want to do anything else to diminish them. So that's why I'm against expanding the playoffs. Look, I think 15 games is plenty. I don't think we need a preseason scrimmage. That's the beauty of college football, is every single week matters. And a preseason game is just another chance for some other people to get hurt. And I would be totally against it. And I also, what do we get out of it? I mean, I loved watching preseason football the other day, preseason NFL football, but it's associated with that sport. I mean, that's built into the sport, and it makes some sense because in the NFL, right now they have, 80 guys on the roster, and so they got to start cutting them down so they can play other people. In college football, you're not going to have 120 guys on scholarship, and then you narrow it to 100 and then narrow it to 85. So I think it's important for the NFL to have it. And just as a side note, not really figuring into what you asked, but I thought this was very interesting and a testament to football in America. In the preseason game, which meant absolutely nothing, which had no starters just about from the from the Arizona Cardinals on it, and very few starters for Dallas playing, drew a 5.6 rating, I believe. And Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals, drew a 5.2 on the same network. So the biggest game in hockey could not equal to arguably the least important game in NFL football.
It just tells you where the focus in this country is, and it's a rabid passion for the entire country, and it's even more rabid in the South. So going back to what we were talking about preseason, I don't think any of us are really in favor of it. The only thing I told Andy, I said it is a preseason game would allow maybe you to play your starters for a possession or two, and then see some of the younger guys come out there that you might not get a chance to see during the season. But for the most part, I think it's overkill. So going back and
to do that though, Brett, there's another way to do that, and this proposition is on the table that I would be for. Instead of having red shirts, and instead of all that, everybody has 5 years of eligibility. Everybody. That's it. That's all you get. If you get hurt, I'm sorry you got hurt. You have 5 years of eligibility, and you can use all 5. You can not use all 5. You can leave early. You know, if you want to leave as a junior, whatever you want to do. But everybody gets 5 years of eligibility, and that's it. And if you don't play, you don't play. No more red shirting. No more medical red shirts. Just that way, I think coaches wouldn't be scared to put somebody in that maybe should get to put in because they know this is what you have. And if I put you in here, I'm not going to waste your red shirt, so to speak. Maybe coaches will be encouraged to build up more depth that way.
Yeah, that's definitely an option there. And one other thing I want to hit on, we didn't get a chance to talk to you about Nick Saban's comments about college football, the playoff, playing the Power 5 conferences. You've been a staunch advocate to not expand the playoffs. Nick Saban is for expanding the playoffs in a new format. I liked a lot of his points. Some I agreed with, some I disagreed with, but overall it kind of made sense to me. And the first thing I said was, Luke, probably the biggest one of our group, is absolutely opposed of expanding this playoff past 4 teams, but Nick Saban was really trying to encourage that.
Well, here's my thoughts on it. I mean, and if I disagree with Saban, I just disagree with it. College football is as popular as I think it can possibly be. And if you're going to expand the playoffs, you're going to take something away, okay? You've got to take another week away. You can't just jam in another week. I mean, we're certainly not going to put a week on the front end in the heat of August in Alabama and Florida and Texas, et cetera. That'd be stupid. That would be almost a health hazard, I would say. And you're not going to put another weekend on the backside in late January when you're going to go up against the NFL playoffs. That's just not going to happen. So you've got to take something else out. You're going to take a regular season game out? I don't think so. It doesn't make any sense because they make money for the colleges. Are you going to take a conference championship game out? Again, I don't think so. People love those, and those end up being a de facto playoff game sometimes anyway. Think about 2012, Alabama, Georgia, 2013, Auburn and Missouri. Those were essentially playoff games. The winner went on to play for a national championship. I don't want to expand it. I've said it a million times. I think there's something to be said about the length of college football being the best length of any sport in the country, and the passion for this sport is as high as it is for any other sport, probably more so. And if we get too much of this, everybody keeps saying, "Oh, it just gives us more football here and more meaningful football." Yeah, but it starts stretching it out so much that we don't get a chance to miss it. And I think we're clamoring for football right now because we've missed it. It's sort of like when you start dating somebody, but if you start spending every waking moment with each other at the very beginning, that relationship can sort of wear on you. But if you spread it out a little bit, if you just have a couple of days and allow you to miss the other person, things can, a relationship can grow. And I think we need the space in here to get away from college football because it takes a lot out of us mentally. I mean, we care about this sport so much that I think we need an off season so that we can recover and then get back into it the next year. I don't want practical year-round football. And I know you're talking about only adding 1 week or 2 weeks. It doesn't make any sense. Where are you going to get it from?
Yeah, I just don't think there's time to get it done right. And You know, you look on, you're not going to add it on the front side like you said, and I think there's too much of a move in the media. I mean, college football is already a big business, but it's the little brother to NFL football, and I think they're trying to make it too much the minor league of NFL football. I don't like that aspect of it. I like the things the way they are. Look, heck, there's a lot of things that I used to like more about college football than I even do now. And I know things have to evolve with time and things have to change, but I still remember the older days where I liked it even more, it seems like. But it's just part of the business. But, Luke, hey, man. Yeah.
A second, Brett, let me tell you a couple other things, too.
Yeah.
Okay? I think the sport is better because we do have some controversy. Because Penn State does get left out of the playoffs, and it creates a debate. I think that makes the sport more popular.
Well, we used to have a lot of controversy back in the 80s because there were no conference championship games, and it was just, okay, who goes to what few bowl games we have and plays for championships. I mean, you know, you had conference champs, and this team beat this team, well, this team beat this other team, and it was all discreet. Boy, there was probably more controversy back then than there is even now.
Well, and the other side of the spectrum is you have 68 teams in a playoff like you do in college basketball, which is just an absolute joke. There's no other way to put it. And I know you guys got to go to break, but I wanted to have two other quick points because I know you've talked about some of these things. First of all, on the Deshaun Hand thing, look, I think what this tells me again is everybody when somebody gets arrested or somebody gets in trouble, everybody give it a day or two and try and get the facts and figure out what exactly has happened. Yes, it is technically still a DUI, but I think we can also say that not all DUIs are created equal. If you are caught with a DUI and you're going 85 miles per hour in a 35-mile-per-hour school zone, that's a little different than trying to sleep one off in a parking lot. There's no question about that. Just not all crimes are created equal just by name alone. And secondly, you were talking about Shaun White, and is he the second best, or is he the best backup in the SEC? And my thought on that is, I would rather have. I mean, and I'm with you guys on this. I like Shaun White. He's a gritty guy, but we also know what he is. We also have seen enough of him to know he's probably going to get hurt, and he's not going to win a game for you. Because if he could win a game for you, he would have won that Georgia game when nobody could score. I mean, in fact, he lost. In a sense, he lost that Georgia game with the pick six. But I might take Jake Fromm from Georgia. I might take Tua Tagovailoa from Alabama, and I know we haven't seen him. I know we haven't seen him play. But I might take my chances with two more talented guys that I haven't seen versus the guy that I have seen who, while he is a gamer, he is also proven to be a guy that's going to get hurt and get hurt often.
Yeah, and I think the reason he lost the Georgia game is because he couldn't throw the ball because he was injured. So,
that's right.
And so, yeah, the injury bug has hampered him. I think from a standpoint of experience, coming back, he's the most wily veteran in the SEC for a backup that's got that many starts under his belt. Hey, but good points, Luke. Hey, man, be safe coming home, and I guess we'll pass each other on the way.
We'll see you then.
All right.
Think about Louisville.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Luke. See you, buddy. Thank you so much.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Sports Blitz, Saturday Sports Countdown, right after these messages.
Purchasing a new home is easier than you think, and America's Home Place can show you the way. For over 41 years, we've built thousands of homes for people just like you. We guide you through the entire process from purchasing a lot, finding financial options, to putting the finishing touches on your beautiful new house. Come tour our showroom and see over 100 customizable floor plans. Visit us online at americashomeplace.com/TV for a free floor plan book. America's Home Place. We make building easy.
Now is the best time to see the good guys the locals know, Alex City Marine. With last year being our best year yet, Landau Pontoons has increased Alex City Marine's allocation of Landaus for the 17th season. Our Suzuki outboard selections are at an all-time high. Alex City Marine is now also Lake Martin's exclusive Manitou pontoon dealer with a full line of the luxurious Manitou Tri-Tune with patented V-Tune technology for top performance. Get the best selection now of Landau and Manitou pontoons. Alex City Marine, Lake Martin.
Whether it's a dream house or corporate real estate, Concrete has the skill, expertise, and talent to exceed your expectations. Trust Concrete to build a foundation for your future. Our work ethic and dedication are always in keeping the competition on their toes. We specialize in residential and commercial development in the Coosa, Talladega, and Shelby County areas. Call us today for your next project, 256-245-4211, or check us out on the web at con-crete.com.
There is a strength inside you, unknown and imperfect, waiting. And when you think you have nothing left to give, when each obstacle in your path is more formidable than the last, that's when you'll find it. And with that strength, your greatness will have no limits.
Summertime means savings ton during the summer clearance event at Bice Motors. Save over $8,200 on a great selection of loaded new 2017 Chrysler 200 Limiteds. Was $25,705, now $17,500. Need a truck? Bice has new 2017 Ram 1500 Quad Cab Express 4x2s for $299 a month.
Guaranteed lowest price, or we'll pay you the difference in price twice.
Don't miss the summer clearance event going on now. BiceChryslerDodge.com.
And I know when I need it, I can count on you. Like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh.
You can count on the caring team at Brown Nursing and Rehabilitation. Our services include physical, speech, and occupational therapy. Brown Nursing and Rehabilitation, 256-329-9061.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Blitz. Saturday Sports Countdown. Andy and Brett.
Look like in a boxing ring.
Andy and Brett here with you for about 40 more minutes, if we can make
See
it.
through the tears.
Oh boy, there's some funny videos out there, especially boxing videos. We'll get back to our ESPN Power Rankings, finish out the top 10 here before we move on in today's program. We were up to number 10. That was the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Number 9 is the Wisconsin Badgers. 11-3, 7-2 in the league last year. Paul Christ does a great job as he comes in over from Pittsburgh to take over the Badgers. Wisconsin, one of the stalwarts in the Big Ten. They beat LSU last year at home. That was a big win for them early. They're just one of those programs that's kind of, they're not, I don't think they're ever a threat to win the national title.
They could be.
They're going to win 10 games.
They could be, though, if the right pieces fall in. If they get that one dynamic player.
They just never seem to have a dynamic quarterback.
Well, I know, but that's the issue. Wisconsin comes in number 10 in the coaches poll. So just
a lot of believers in that.
So, yeah, a lot of believers in the Badgers.
Number 8, the Washington Huskies. They were 12-2 last year. 8-1, of course, made it to the playoff. Played Alabama very tough for a half. Jake Browning, the quarterback there. Chris Peterson, I think they're just going to get better and better. I've always thought he was an excellent coach. They'll probably be favored to win the North in the Pac-12 again this year.
Yeah, and the Washington Huskies come in at number 7 in the coaches poll. So right there in that top 8 on both sides. And again, a playoff team from a year before. Chris Peterson's just proven it doesn't matter where he goes in college football, he's going to get it done.
Number 7, the Oklahoma Sooners, 11-2 last year, 9-0 in the Big 12. Of course, Bob Stoops is out. Lincoln Riley is in.
Is that not the most odd exit stage right or exit stage left, whichever side you want to go off on? Did anybody see that coming? Look what they got coming back. They won the Sugar Bowl against a much maligned Auburn team, I give them. But there's just a lot of momentum headed into this season. I mean, that's just not the time you would think you would want to step away from the pros. Something went on.
I don't recall a guy that high profile leaving a program
just
without,
walking away
without there being some kind of, like you say, smoke or something.
I mean, is it just too good to be true? Did it really? Can something like that really just happen where a guy goes into the office one day and says, I just need to walk away while I'm on top. It's like Tim Tebow. Everybody's like, well, surely he's not that good a guy. We're going to keep digging, and you never find anything. It's like, well, maybe he really is that. Maybe there isn't more to this. Us in the media
I hope
always
it is.
always try to find something more out, but it just seems hard from a competitive nature and a guy like Big Game Bob and these top echelon coaches to just walk away. And Nick Saban's going to end up walking away from Alabama one day, and will it be because he's starting to tail off a little bit, or is he going to just walk away after one of these seasons going to the playoffs and go, all right, I've had enough, and everybody's like, I can't believe he just left.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no magic answer there.
There isn't. I mean, who knows? Baker Mayfield back, though, if he doesn't get arrested again.
Best tackle he had on him all year was the cop.
That's right.
Oklahoma number 8 in the coaches poll.
Okay. Number 6, Penn State Nittany Lions, 11-3, 8-1 overall. Of course, James Franklin has come in. They won the Big Ten championship last year, kind of out of the blue. Can they unseat Ohio State, Michigan, Wisconsin? Can they continue to do that? Can they do that consistently? A lot of people believe they can, obviously, number 6 in the country.
And what a good story for that program after what they all endured and what they went through to get back to this point, because it looked like they were years away from ever challenging. And, a testament to James Franklin, his ability to recruit and go up there and turn programs around. It was by far the best coach Vanderbilt's had. Oh. And then to go to Penn State now, he's embraced that role. Penn State also comes in at number 6. Andy, I know we're up against a break, so we'll have the top 5 to go through the rest of the way out.
The top 5 when we come back. More to come right after this.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization, wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat, full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma, all with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com, 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Lakeside Marina and Watercraft Rentals have spring fever and are happy to announce that Bennington is back. Lakeside Marina at Blue Creek is now Lake Martin's Bennington pontoon dealer with all models of Bennington pontoons that deliver speed, power, and stability with their elliptical sport packages and best-in-class styling and luxury. See the full line now for best selection as well as the all-new personal watercraft from Kawasaki. Lakeside Marina at Blue Creek, number 1 for a reason. Lakeside Marina is also your authorized Easy Go kart dealer for Lake Martin.
Hi?
We're looking for insurance.
Oh, let's see who's free.
When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a Trusted Choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
Did your team just win the big game? Are you looking for a unique way to honor a valuable employee? Lila's Engraving has you covered, offering a large selection of custom trophies and plaques. Lila's also offers cast aluminum car tags, custom engraved wine glasses, clocks, and wood cutting boards. They even offer custom framing for any art or picture as well. Lila's combines the best quality items with the fastest service around. With over 27 years of experience in the Alexander City and Lake Martin areas, Lila's Engraving is your only choice for custom awards and engraved gifts. Always remember, winners choose Lila's.
Why buy your next car from Lynch Nissan of Aldridge?
Whether it's a walk-off home run, a game-winning touchdown, or a buzzer beater, make sure Jay's Sports Grill is in your lineup. Located in downtown Sylacauga and a short drive from Highway 280, Jay's has the food you're looking for. Whether it's wings, fingers, burgers, or salads, they have it all. Come bring your family for a great meal, come hang out with your friends for the big game, or call them at 256-207-0700 to place your order. Make sure Jay's Sports Grill is in your lineup.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown. Andy and Brett here with you for about 30 more minutes, a few more segments in today's show. We were looking at the ESPN Power Rankings, the top 25 preseason power rankings and how they correspond to the new coaches poll that was out, preseason coaching poll, preseason coaches poll that was out this
week. You say
week.
it 5 times fast?
I can't. I can't say it 1 time fast. Number 5. The Clemson Tigers, 14-1, national champions last year, 7-1 in the league, losing that one to Pittsburgh in the middle of the season.
How in the world did they lose?
I mean, almost lost to NC State.
They did.
NC State had a field goal in there, should have won.
Almost lost to Troy.
Lost to Troy. Almost lost to Auburn early. I mean,
that just tells you about national championship runs. And, there's several games, most of the time, typically in a season, you're going to have to find a way to fight through. Yeah. And
just because you're not blowing everybody out.
That's right. And Alabama's suffered a couple of losses throughout the last few years, and they've been able to overcome it. And they've also staved off some bad starts to come back to win games. And, they've been able to do that. But you're not going to go out and slap dominate everybody every week.
Well, in 2010 for Auburn, Clemson was
Auburn
the game
had 4 or
5.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
I mean, that game, Mississippi State on the road. I mean, the list goes on and on. Alabama. I mean, there's no way they should have come back in that game.
Yeah.
So it was just, there's 4 or 5 the year Auburn won it.
No Deshaun Watson. Got to be a fall off, I would imagine.
Oh, look, you don't just those kind of players are special players. Maybe once in a, I would say not lifetime, because it seems like we're seeing more super athletes, but at least once in a decade, once in 20-year type guys. You just don't get those. You may recruit highly touted guys, but a lot of times they don't pan out. But you don't have a Deshaun Watson for the last 2 years and then just go in there and expect to stay at the same level.
Yeah. Clemson comes in at
number 5 in the coaches poll.
Okay.
We have a match there.
Number 4, USC Trojans, 10-3 last year, 7-2 in the Pac-12. Clay Helton, I think, after a hugely embarrassing game to start the season against Alabama, they come back, have a pretty good season in the season in one of the better bowl games, beating Penn State. Sam Darnold, Heisman Trophy candidate. A lot of people think that USC, obviously a big believer in them at number 4.
Outside of the national championship game, Alabama-Clemson, game play for play, that Rose Bowl was phenomenal.
It really was.
It was a phenomenal game, and that's where Southern Cal comes in the coaches poll at number 4.
All right, lining them up here. Number 3, Ohio State Buckeyes, 11-2 last year, 8-1 in the league. That one lost Penn State, and that was the difference between Ohio State going to the Big Ten championship game and the Nittany Lions. So Urban Meyer, obviously done a tremendous job there.
Outside of Nick Saban, the most consistent coach in college football.
No question. What in the world happened down there in Florida? You remember that last year he was there? They couldn't even do a snap. That first game.
Well, there was some distractions.
There was
a lot of
bad.
And then he ended up being out. And there's some never confirmed stuff, but some pretty good reliable information that some bad stuff was going on.
Right. So
Ohio State number 2 in the coaches poll.
Number 2. I think I know who number 3 is going to be then. All right, number 2 in the power rankings, Florida State Seminoles, 10-3, 5-3 last year. Got humiliated by Louisville, but DeAndre Francois, you could just tell he's got some serious talent. Jimbo Fisher is.
Well, they almost beat by Ole Miss out of the gate last
They did.
year. I mean,
had to come back from 21.
Yeah. They were getting killed.
They got to. It should be a. Obviously, this is set up to be it's another game of the century.
Yeah, but I just don't see the way I watched Florida State in several games last year. If that same mentality carries over to that first game, Alabama will win that game.
And no Dalvin Cook this year.
And I'm just telling you, and you remember how I didn't think Francois was going to survive the Ole Miss game. He got hit so many times in that game. I thought, man, this guy's not going to make it out of the game. They're going to have to find another quarterback.
And they're minus Wilson Bell now too.
I just think it's set up. Maybe Florida State. I don't know. Are they overrated? They may be the most overrated team in the top 25. And I know that's a mouthful. They're talented. Don't get me wrong. But I'm telling you, I think maybe at the end of the year they may end up with another 3 loss. They may end up being another 3-loss team. So
they've got a chance to either prove you right or very wrong. One of the other.
Well,
first game of the year,
Florida State, and I don't think this game really means a lot. I mean, it doesn't, because if you it means a lot. It means a lot if you don't get blown out. Yeah. Okay, if you lose 27-24, we'll see you in the playoffs, kind of deal, because it doesn't impact a loss for either team. Doesn't impact their route to the playoffs. Yeah. If Alabama ends up winning the SEC and Florida State ends up winning the ACC, they're both going to go to the playoffs, okay? And they're going to look back at a close game to start the year. Whoever won or lost that game, they're going to give them the benefit of the doubt, say, we won't see that again. We won't see those two teams again in the playoffs. Florida State comes in number 3 in the coaches' poll.
And here's the shocker. Number 1, Alabama Crimson Tide. 14-1 last year, 8-0 in the SEC. Jalen Hurts back for his sophomore season, although a lot of people, you hear Tango Villalobos is going to play. I don't know what his role will be. Many people think that he may be starting by the end of the year. But no doubt they'll be talented. There's the most talented team in the country. Brian Dabble is a bit of a mystery, but every offensive coordinator that they brought in has been successful. It's just a matter of the degree of success.
And the shocker for number 1 in the coaches' poll is Boise State. Is that not? No, Alabama, obviously. And they've been a staple there, and they've been in the playoffs every year that there's been playoffs. Can they make it again this year? I mean, it certainly looks like that. And it's a compliment to them and their program of where they are as you look down the schedule and you go win, 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 win. And really the 3 games I see on the schedule that they, depending on how the other teams are playing, that they have a chance to lose are Florida State, LSU, and Auburn. And I think if you look at the teams and the way they shape up, that game at the end, the Iron Bowl, could be for the West Championship. And I would love for it to set up like that every year. I mean, that game would just the nostalgia and the importance would just build to a fevered pitch if it were like that almost every year, where that game determined who went to the SEC championship and perhaps went on to move on to a national championship, or at least to get to the playoffs. So if Auburn holds up their end of the bargain and Stidham is able to perform at quarterback, then that game could mean a lot at the end of the year.
It very well could. So that's your ESPN Top 25 preseason power rankings and the preseason coaches poll. Pretty much the same names, although there's some Tennessee sneaking into the coaches poll. That's interesting, not to be found in the power rankings. But where will these teams finish 2017? That's right. The most important thing. Up against another break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll continue these discussions when we come back. More to come right after this.
Hi, this is Quinn Harrelson with Interlink Mortgage in Auburn, Alabama. There are 1,000 different questions people ask me every day about mortgage loans. They ask about buying investment homes, primary homes, and even second homes at the lake or the beach. I only have a limited time to say, call me and let's talk about what you want and how I can help you get it. Again, Win with Quinn and call me today at 256-675-6259 so I can help structure a mortgage that best fits you and your family's needs.
Purchasing a new home is easier than you think, and America's Home Place can show you the way. For over 41 years, we've built thousands of homes for people just like you. We guide you through the entire process from purchasing a lot, finding financial options, to putting the finishing touches on your beautiful new house. Come tour our showroom and see over 100 customizable floor plans. Visit us online at americashomeplace.com/TV for a free floor plan book. America's Home Place. We make building easy.
Your comfort is our #1 concern. Advanced heat and air.
Advanced Heating and Air makes your comfort their priority for any season. Advanced Heating and Air is the region's train dealer and an Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer that can save you money and energy with a new electric heat pump. Advanced Heating and Air maintains the region's best service team, so rely on us to make your comfort our #1 concern. Call 234-5052, and we're there for you.
Show Enough Barbecue. Since 1990, we've been serving you the finest barbecue in Alexander City. Gerald believes in cooking fresh meat daily, and the secret to that is, I'm not going to tell you. Show Enough is just not about barbecue, but also known for fresh vegetables and homemade pies. That's where I come in. I'm Linda Sanford, better known as the Pie Lady. We also do catering. For more information, give us a call at 234-7675.
Hello, I'm Harvey B. Campbell Jr., the manager and founding partner of Alabama Consumer Law, LLC. We are a law firm dedicated to helping you, the consumer, from all kind of debt issues. We can handle Chapter 13s, Chapter 7s, and Chapter 12s, and Chapter 11s if you need help.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers. We are a debt relief agency. We are a private company. We are not associated with any state or federal government agency.
Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance, you got to get to Gills. Selection and price, got to get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills. Cars that fit your budget. Service that no one around can beat. Stop by today and test drive the vehicle of your dreams. Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance you, gotta get to Gills. Selection and price, gotta get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown. Just a couple of more segments left in this morning's show. Time for a little What's the Chances? These are some things bouncing around the sports world. I will ask, Brett will answer. What's the chances? You give me a percentage.
Percentage? Wow. Okay.
Auburn has 2 1,000-yard rushers in 2017. What's the chances? Kerryon Johnson says yes, they will.
Ironic that Kerryon Johnson said yes. He needs to stay healthy before we can have 2 1,000-yard rushers. I'm going to say no. We're going to throw the ball a little bit more, plus the injury bug that creeps in there. I'm going to say Auburn has a 1,000-yard rusher, and it'll be Cameron Petway if they don't ride him to death.
So less than 20%, less than 10%,
or
0%?
Well, I'm going to say 0. I'm going to say, I would say it's probably a 50-50 deal because of the health deal with Kerryon Johnson. He's got to stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, they could possibly do 2,000-yard rushers.
What's the chances Malik Zaire does not win the starting job at Florida? Felipe Franks opened with the first team in camp.
I don't know what to put a percentage on that. I think he'll end up being the starter, so I'm going to put that at about 70%.
Okay. What's the chances SEC coaches lead the country in 15-yard penalties? There's a new rule that if you argue, come onto the field to argue, it's an automatic 15-yard penalty.
They're going to lead the country. Yeah, I think
100%.
I'm going to go 100% on that.
All right.
Just think about the coaches you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean,
there are some hot heads out there.
Definitely.
Well, Will Muschamp said that they were going to have 2 get-back coaches, and one was going to have the authority to tackle him.
I don't know if that. Yeah, would you feel good about doing that?
I would find that
That may be the toughest job in
joking.
the SEC, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Trying to keep him off the field.
And Saban, I mean, he's
Dan
one of the world's
Mullen,
worst.
too. Yeah, Saban, he gets out there around the numbers a lot of times.
What's the chances Tommy Tuberville makes a good color analyst? He will be on broadcast for ESPN this year.
I think he'll do a fine job. I think I'm gonna give him 80%. I'm not willing to go 100%, but I think he'll. I mean, he's charismatic and good with words and very knowledgeable about the game. I think he brings a lot to the booth.
I hope so. I always, I like Tommy. What's the chances the newly born triplets Tennessee, Knox, and Neyland resent their parents?
Probably
for
the one that
naming
got named Tennessee. Knox is not a bad name, and Neyland, I mean, that's a unique name. I mean, you could go with that. When the three together, it's like, oh, wow. But, if you're off by yourself, a little bit older, and your name's Neyland, I mean, that's not terrible. But Tennessee, like your mom and dad named you after a state, buddy.
What do you think about college football fans naming their kids like
they're
like
just so
weird?
over the top,
I mean,
man.
like
I know.
Auburn or, I mean, not like Auburn's not a terrible name, but naming them Saban or something.
It's just so extreme, man. They're just obsessed.
I'm against that.
It's a little over the top.
It's a little over the top.
It's a little excessive, but that's what you're dealing with in the Southeast.
All right, here's one, especially for you. What's the chances?
Gee, thanks. I appreciate
the
it.
Pony, which is a strip club in Starkville, Mississippi, is jam-packed for the Hugh Freeze tribute party tonight. There is a Hugh Freeze tribute party at a strip club in Mississippi State.
It'll be
University
probably can't
tonight.
get in the door.
I would imagine so.
So I'm gonna go 100%.
The guy that owns it says that Hugh Freeze banned his players from attending the club. So that's why he thinks it's been very hypocritical of him, and so he's trying to rub it in as much as possible.
There you go. Well, the last time you were over at the Pony, was it packed?
It was not, actually. I don't know whether I'm more surprised that there's actually a strip club in Starkville.
I mean, I'm just gonna leave that alone. I'm not gonna be critical of anybody that lives in that region.
I think it got 3 out of 5 stars. I don't know what that means, but
it had to do with teeth.
Yeah, maybe so. Quickly here, we got a couple more minutes in this segment. You remember the movie Dodgeball?
Yes.
Funny.
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
That's right.
ESPN, there was a fictional ESPN 8, The Ocho. That is actually going to become a reality on August the 8th, oddly enough.
Which is in 2 days.
On Tuesday, August the 8th, ESPNU will be taken over and will become ESPN 8, The Ocho. Some of the things that they'll be showing, the American Disc Golf Championship. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming like a Frisbee?
Yeah,
golf,
that's exactly what it is. That's pretty popular, by the way.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
WFTDA Roller Derby Championships. I guess chicks on roller skates.
That's exactly right.
Killing each other, basically. Sky Zone Ultimate Trampoline Dodgeball.
Hey, it'll be pretty fun to watch.
I saw a clip of this, actually. It looked pretty cool. Something that I would have enjoyed.
World Cup final.
I don't know what kabaddi is.
I'm sorry, I mispronounced that. Kabaddi, not Kadabi. Kabaddi World Cup. Do you know what kabaddi is?
I do not. Do you?
I guess you have to tune in to find out.
I guess so. Championship of Bags.
What the heck is that?
That may be like like filling up a bag, shopkeeper. I mean, like your bag boy. Bagging groceries, I guess. I know they do have that. The Moxie Games. I don't know what that is. And the U.S. Open Ultimate Champion. I don't know what that is. I have no idea.
I do like your suggestion.
Oh, well, yeah, I think so.
Jared Lorenzen's documentary, being on that. Are you going to watch this?
I might tune in for a little something. I think it could be.
Does this tell you that ESPN's desperate? Are they grasping for things right now? The Sports Center sucks. I'm sorry.
Do you ever watch Van Pelt?
I do watch him, I'll catch him at night. But their other regular, who's the guy that's the lead anchor on Sports Center. He's a goof. He's just a goofy guy, man.
Oh, Butchie Gross? Is that?
Yeah, no, it's not Butchie Gross. It's the other guy. I can't remember.
I don't watch it enough to even know.
That tells you right there. I mean, used to, when we were coming through, we could name Dan Patrick, Keith Oberman. We could just
Greg Gilmore.
Think about the guys that were on there.
That's true.
I mean, and now you look at what they have, and it's just not. It's not even close, man. They've lost a lot of. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick before we go to break. I mean, it's. Lord, they don't even. They got all the old posts on here popping up. They don't even have any of the new guys on here. But it just shows you right there how down the line it is, man. I mean, and where it's gone from. I mean.
Well, that one that comes on right after PTI. I usually watch PTI. I still like that show, but you know I don't forget with Michael Smith and Jamel somebody. I don't know. The guy and a girl.
Yeah,
that's
Six,
yeah,
or whatever it's called.
They
just created some kind of show for that.
Yeah,
and look, and it's so bad that they got on there. The only time I've ever seen a clip of that was the first 5 minutes of them defending why they have that show. And I'm like, when you have to come on the air and you have to defend why you have a show, then it's probably not really good.
No, probably not.
So I'll find that.
We'll go ahead and take a break. We'll come back. We'll finish out the show. One final segment of the Sports Blitz, Saturday Sports Countdown, right after this.
My parents saved a bunch of money on their new car. My dad said we got a better car for less money. My mom's wildly happy. We even saved enough to get a new swing set. This saving money thing is really cool.
And right now, during the Honda Summerbration sales event at Sarah Honda, get model year-end clearance pricing on all remaining 2017s. Save up to $3,100 off MSRP. Visit us today at Sarah Honda of Sylacauga.
Skag, the toughest name in lawnmowers. Unmatched quality and performance for over 3 decades. The clear choice, the best mower money can buy for work or at home. Top lawn care professionals and discerning homeowners know that Skag means productivity and reliability. Every Skag mower is proudly built right here in the USA. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best. Skag.
Satterfield Outdoor Living on Highway 280 in Alex City.
If you're seeing the American cockroach, throw up the red flag. Ladybugs, throw up the red flag. Ants and swarming termites, throw up the red flag. And kudzu bugs, throw up the red flag. That's Red Flag Pest Control. So the caution is on. Call Red Flag Pest Control today.
I'm Scott Davis with Red Flag Pest Control, celebrating our 10th anniversary. Call me today, 256-825-0430.
Hey, it's Steve from the Car Stereo Shop in Auburn, and after 10 years of serving the good people of East Alabama and West Georgia, we're still doing business the same way, offering the best products at the best prices with the area's best warranties and installing them with the area's best technicians. With great customer service, a knowledgeable sales staff, and our commitment to customer satisfaction, along with the best selection of the latest technology in the industry, there's no reason to shop anywhere else. Shop with confidence. Shop at the Car Stereo Shop in Auburn.
When you're born, you're really young. You're like 0 years old. My grandma tells me to quit growing up so fast. But what can I do about it? My mom keeps throwing me birthday parties.
Russell Medical, comprehensive care in your corner of the world.
Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is the Lake Martin area's complete automotive solution. At Walls, you'll find a dedicated staff offering top quality service from routine maintenance to a full engine overhaul and everything in between. Brian Walls and the folks at Walls Tire are local folks that you know, and they provide the best service always at a fair price. Find out what the rest of the Lake Martin area already knows. Walls Tire is the Lake Martin area's complete automotive solution. Just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Get out and go in a new Altima, just $18,988. During the Nissan Now sales event, a new 2017 Altima is just $18,988 at Sarah Nissan of Sylacauga.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown. We'll finish it out with a little rank 'em. I will give you 5 random topics or things, and you just put them in order, whatever category or whatever criteria you would like. Rank 'em. Rivalries: Yankees, Red Sox, North Carolina, Duke, Ohio State, Michigan, Florida State, Miami, Auburn, Alabama.
Disclaimer for this category: depends on which region of the country you're in. Obviously, well, me and you both would be probably shot if we didn't go Auburn, Alabama 1, so it's a no-brainer who number 1 is. I'm going to go number 2 in the spirit of college basketball, UNC Duke. I mean, that's as rabid as it gets. It's, to me, the Auburn, Alabama of basketball. 3, I'm going to pull in the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry. 4, I will go with Yankees, Red Sox, and 5, FSU and Miami. And FSU, Miami just, I mean, it's a rivalry.
It's lost its
luster. And the Yankees, Red Sox play 82 times a year now. So, I mean, it's just like, all right, well, I'll get you next week if we don't beat you this week. So that's how I rank.
I think that's pretty good. I think that's about the same. Genres and movies: action, comedy, drama, sci-fi, horror.
I'm going to go horror.
Number 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Horror, comedy, action, sci-fi, drama.
I would probably go action, sci-fi, horror, comedy, drama. All right, liquids. Random liquids.
Yeah, random liquid.
Sweet tea or unsweet tea, your preference. Coffee, milk, water, Coke.
I'm going to go sweet or unsweet tea first. Water second, Coke, milk, then coffee.
I will go tea, milk, water, Coke, coffee. Okay. Or maybe coffee, Coke, one or the other.
You and I don't drink coffee.
I love a good tall glass of milk.
And I'll never drink milk.
I
just don't drink milk.
Love it. Harrison Ford movies.
What
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
What percent milk? Whole milk? 1%, 2%?
Anything.
Any of them?
Any of them. Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones, Last Crusade, Blade Runner, Witness, The Fugitive.
I'm going to go Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Fugitive, Witness, and Blade Runner.
I'm going to go Raiders, Crusade, Witness, Fugitive, Blade Runner.
Pretty close.
Yeah. Witness, great movie.
Hey, you could add Clear and Present Danger. You could add Air Force One. You could add a bunch more in this category.
90s rock groups from our era of high school and college. Hootie and the Blowfish, Gin Blossoms, Goo Goo Dolls, The Cranberries, Third Eye Blind.
Boy, this brings back some memories. God.
I went and looked. I would listen to these on YouTube when I was making this list, and I was like, man.
Boy, does it not bring back some.
It really does.
I'm going to go Hootie and the Blowfish 1, Goo Goo Dolls 2, Third Eye Blind 3, The Cranberries 4, and the Gin Blossoms 5.
I will go Hootie, Third Eye Blind, Goo Goo Dolls, Gin Blossoms, Cranberries.
So we're pretty close there too.
Finally, barbecue.
Wow.
Countries, Blue Moon, Jim and Nick's, Mike and Ed's, Byron's.
What about Show Enough and Big B?
Well, I didn't want to call it. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
No, you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, so you just stayed away from it. It's just so good around here.
It's a national change.
National change. National change. All right, I'm going to go Jim and Nick's 1, Countries 2, Blue Moon 3, Byron's 4, Mike and Ed's 5.
I will go Byron's, Countries, Blue Moon, Mike and Ed's, Jim and Nick.
Jim and Nick's last.
I don't really care for that place.
Well, my goodness.
I really don't.
You must have had a bad experience there. I don't really care about that place. That place is terrible.
That's going to wrap up the Sports Blitz
#1
Saturday
for me.
Sports Countdown. Thank you so much for joining us. We're on the air on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Be sure to join us then. For Brett Pritchard, I'm Andy Graham. So on for now. We'll talk again soon.
What value would you gain working with Lee Marketing Group? With 4 divisions under one umbrella, Sign Source, Lee Apparel, R&B Media, and LMG Baker Advertising Agency, Lee Marketing Group offers a comprehensive approach. From logo design and branding to ad placement and everything in between, LMG can handle it all. For ease of time, cutting edge, results-driven marketing campaigns, think LMG. Lee Marketing Group, your comprehensive marketing solution.
Your comfort is our #1 concern. Advanced Heat and Air.
Advanced Heating and Air makes your comfort their priority for any season. Advanced Heating and Air is the region's Trane dealer and an Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer that can save you money and energy with a new electric heat pump. Advanced Heating and Air maintains the region's best service team, so rely on us to make your comfort our #1 concern. Call 234-5052, and we're there for you.
Lake Area Realty is Lake Martin's Century 21 real estate company that proudly serves all the Lake Martin area. Rhonda Gaskin and her staff of caring professional realtors offers full sales for buyers and sellers in the area and can even help you with finding rentals or managing your current property. Whether it's your dream lake home, waterfront property, area family home in town, or just a starter home, Lake Area Realty can handle it all and advise you on all your needs. Buying and selling real estate is important to the professionals at Century 21. Lake Area Realty are your friends in real estate. Call or visit lakearearealty.net.
If you had $6,000, how would you spend it?
I'd pay bills.
How about a new car?
Vacation!
At Hyundai of Auburn today, you can get the new car and do the other things.
What? How?
Pick out your dream car and drive away with as much as $6,000 to spend however you'd like.
America's best warranty and $6,000?
Luxury and $6,000.
Be thinking how to spend your $6,000. HyundaiofAuburn.com.
Vacation!
The door's open, the beer's cold, and the biscuits are hot at Foshee Sportz on Dable Road in Alexander City. Fishing season is in year-round and live bait is available. Non-ethanol gas is available along with propane and pellet ice. So come on by and see what we're all about, where the kitchen is open Monday through Friday early at Foshee Sportz on Dable Road in Alexander City. And tell them old Katie sent you right here from the front porch, WAXC TV.
When you need plumbing service, call on the professionals at A&M Plumbing LLC. For over 20 years, our mission has been to provide the best possible service available in the industry, and we specialize in solving difficult problems. We offer a wide range of services, such as installation, service, repair, and replacement of common fixtures, water heaters, toilets, faucets, drains, sewer lines, and septic tank pumping and cleaning services. Unlike many companies, our septic tank services include field line testing. Our knowledgeable staff will be happy to answer any of your questions, so call A&M Plumbing LLC today.